So as I lie here, as you know, when you see my fan spinning, that means that my brain is spinning as well. And I was just thinking about the narcissist and where their power lies. Their power lies in their manipulation and the lies that they tell others. And the moment you say no, or you rip off their mask of manipulation and expose their lies, you take away all of their power because that's where their genuine power lies. And they go around and they actually feel like they really are better than you or like they have certain types of power. What power do you really have when you have to hide behind a mask, when you have to go around lying and manipulating people? You see, if anybody has the power, it's we are the ones, the empaths, who have the power because we can be true to who we really are in the real world. They have to go around pretending to be something that they're not. And when you think about, I can't speak for you, but when I think about my time that I wasted with with my ex narc or the narcissistic people who I have even encountered, because I have also dealt with acquaintances who have been nothing but narcissists, which I cut them off. I cut them off because they were nothing but users. They never call you to give you anything. They're always calling you with their hand out, and it's always for something. And I have no problem when it comes to material things or the money that I may have spent on them. I have a problem when it comes to having had wasted my time and my energy. Because the time that I spent or invested with these narcissists, that's the time and energy I could have invested in someone who was deserving and someone who was worthy. Because when it comes to money or material things, we can always make that back. That's no problem. Which I'm doing very well when it comes to my book, when it comes to my channel, when it comes to my my career. I'm doing great when it comes to monetarily or material things. But what is troubling to me is the time that I spent with demons. And then you not only think about the time that you spent with them, you got to think about the time that you had to take to heal yourself. Now, with my second narcissist, that didn't take me time, excuse me, to heal myself. Not at all, because he was way too much work and there was no benefits in me being with him. So he made it very easy for me to kick him to the curb. But with my first narcissist, now that almost killed me. That one almost killed me. You know? That was like, I was with that person for 9 years. My second narc, I was with him for 11 years. But throughout the 11 years, I kept kicking his behind out. I kept kicking him out. And that's what happens when you are a confident person. When you are a person who's confident, you can't put up. Like when I hear people say that they've been with their narcissist for like 20 years, 15, 20 years, 20, 30 years, I shake my head. Wow. You see, I may have been with my narcissist for 11 years, but I kept kicking his behind out. He got kicked out 7 times to be exact. And each time he came back, he conducted himself properly and he did what he was supposed to do, and he got to stay. The moment he got stupid, his stuff was packed and put out next to the dumpster or outside the door, and he knew that he either do things God's way or it's the highway. It's not about doing things my way or his way. It was about doing things the way God and Jesus Christ set out in the Bible, in terms of how a husband and wife are supposed to treat each other. And like I said, I've been married twice. My children's father, I was married to him. When he cheated on me, I kicked him out. I did not take him back like I did with this ex-narc because my kid's father didn't have disabilities. When my second narc, he cheated on me, I kicked him out and I didn't take him back. I kept him as a friend though, because, we could at least be friends. But I did not take him back into a relationship because he did not have disabilities. Even though I did feel sorry for him because he did have health issues. I felt sorry for him. Maybe that's one of the reasons I kept him as a friend. And because he was not cheap and stingy. That's one thing about my second narc. He was very generous when it came to finance. But when it came to fidelity, no, I do not tolerate that. Now with my third narc, well, actually my husband, my children's father was not a narcissist. He was not a narcissist, no. He just cheated on me and I couldn't be so bothered. Because that's one thing, I will never tolerate that. I don't know how women can do that. I can't do it, but everyone's different, But because I feel that if you tolerate someone who's cheating on you, what type of message are you sending out to your son? You're showing your son that it's okay to defecate on someone, to rip somebody's heart out their chest. You're showing your son, and what about your daughter? You sit here and stay with this cheating bastard, and the message you're sending to your daughter is that this is what women are supposed to tolerate. This is the way women are supposed to be treated. So when someone, this is just my viewpoint, so please don't take it personal, but I feel that anytime someone stays with someone who cheated on them, that person who stays, they are very, very selfish. They're not thinking about the message you're sending out to the next generation. You're sending out the message that it's okay for people to treat you this way. And when it comes to the argument where you may say, oh, everybody make mistakes, cheating is never, ever a mistake. It's a choice. It's a decision. And they decided that you wasn't worth much, or they didn't value you enough. They did not value you enough to remain faithful. So that's why cheating is a deal breaker for me. Now, like I said, when it comes to wasting my time and my energy, and the reason why, that is something that I am just so, that angers me more than any type of money or material or finance or whatever, is because those are things that I can't get back. But I have to look at things from a positive light as well. So the way I take that and see something positive, you could take lemons and make lemonade, and you have to always try to see the positive. What I got from the positive thought from wasting my time and my energy and not being able to get that back is, at least I have knowledge. I'm more knowledgeable now. And also, I'm in a position now where I can help other people. I know my throat sounds funny right now and I have a cold. But I'm in a position now where I can be more understanding. I can empathize with people when it comes to have dealt with narcissistic abuse. So to be honest with you, if I really take time to really, really think about it, I'm kind of grateful that I experienced it, because I can identify with other people, which puts me in a position where I can now help other people, help them to heal, help them to understand, help them to get the closure that they need. Like I've had so many of my women in women's group and women who I have met, whether I'm talking to them one-on-one, personally, or wherever I meet them, and they are broken down and they're crying because they're saying, what I don't understand is, how could he do this to me? How could he do this to me? I didn't deserve that. And then when I break it down to them, that a narcissist does do these things because they are a narcissist. That is the closure. That's the same. It's like I'm saying, how could somebody who's bipolar flip out on me? Because they're bipolar. How can somebody who's schizophrenic keep hearing voices, and the voices are telling them to stab you or come to hurt you or come to do damage to you? How could they do that to me? Because they're schizophrenic. That's how a narcissist could go around hurting innocent, good, decent people, because narcissism is a mental disorder. It's a mental disorder, just like somebody who has cerebral palsy. Like their face may be twisted up a certain way, their hands or whatever, maybe whatever. Not even cerebral palsy. I'm talking about people who just have mental illnesses. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who has autism to a certain extent. Why do they behave the way that they do? Because they have autism. That's why. That is the closure. And that's what was so beautiful when it came to helping me to be healed. I finally got to understand what narcissism is, and I studied it, I dissected it, I analyzed it. I had my son, who's a counselor, therapist, and he fully understood what it was, and he broke it down to me. And when I finally understood, this is what narcissists do, because they're narcissists. This is how this person could have hurt me so deeply when all I did was try to love them. I helped make them a better person, because when I met them, their life wasn't so all that great. But once they were with me, their life was amazing. When they had met me, they may have had not much of anything. But being with me, thanks to Jehovah God and Jesus Christ giving me the strength, the wisdom, the know-how, I knew how to build this person up. I knew how to motivate this person to lift himself up. And the way that they could turn and say thank you or show appreciation is to defecate on you, is to disrespect you, cheat on you, take advantage of you. How on earth can any human being do anything like that? And then I learned about narcissism. That's how they're able to do it. That's how they're able to do it. And their only strength and their only power that they have is their manipulation and their lies, which that's not something to be proud of. That's the same as being a thief. You have this and you have that because you stole it. It's not something that you've earned. That's not something for you to brag about or be proud of. You manipulating people, and you do nothing but tell people lies. But the best way, please, my tubies, let me tell you something. When you see the red flags and you see the red lights, take away their power, rip off their mask. When you know that they're manipulating you and that they're lying to you, put a stop to it. Put a stop to it right then and there. That's you taking your power right back. That's right. Look, you know what? You coming up in here and you telling me lies. I see straight through your Maybelline, and that's not going to be tolerated. Now, what you need to do, Mr. Manipulator, pack your bags and you're out of here. You heard what I said. Now, you thought you had the power? No, sweetheart. I'm in the driver's seat. Your power is over. You're done. Let them know that you see straight through their manipulation. Let them know, I see what you're doing. You don't have no power here, kid, because I see exactly what you're doing. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you this morning, because I was laying here and I was thinking about it, along with listening to some of my women in my women's group, and I was just listening to them, and I was also talking to another one of the subscribers here who I leave my number always down below, and they called me up, and I was talking to them, and I listened to where they're coming from, and how they're hurting and they can't seem to get past it. And the best way to get past the pain of having have been abused by a narcissist, the best way is to keep in mind the busier your life is, the easier you're going to get past them. That's the way I got past all of the nonsense that I got past. I got the education about narcissism, and then I stayed busy. I just stay busy. And I also got the app on my phone, the Meetup app, and I make sure that I don't sit around the house by myself in isolation. No, I stay busy. I go out and I hang out with my family, and I meet new people from Meetup, and I have my own women's group now, and that's what I do. Because the key to healing, I'm going to reiterate that, is the busier your life is, the easier it's going to be for you to heal. This is Sheila True Love. You always have a choice. Please choose wisely. And please go throughout your day knowing how much I really, genuinely, really love you. And you have a great day.